Hello everyone, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with all of you how do you think outside the box if you want to really secure something in life. And I'm going to do this by giving you an example. So this is about Anand Saxena, who works in a particular company, and his team comes to him and tells him a day after the deadline of one of the largest orders that they can secure in the history of that company in the region. So his team, the head of sales, Sam, comes to him and says, Anand, there is a huge tender. It's about $1 billion worth. But, we're not looking very good for this because it's not kind of our strength, the product portfolio, the product segments, and a whole lot of things. So they say that, we won't win this order. Our competition is probably going to win this order. So let us just submit a budgetary price, like ek naam ke vaste ek price de denge. Okay, they just told him. Actually, they told him after the price was submitted. Now, Anand was furious. He's like, guys, this is the biggest opportunity we got. And, we could have really made a big difference. Especially for the particular region this particular order was going to be executed, it could have really made this company in the league of top 1 or 2. When he thought about this, it was irritating for him, but he didn't want to give up. So immediately he called up the manager. He got a lot of details about the company. What's the company's name? Who are the people? Who are the stakeholders? Who's the chairman? Who's the CEO? And all that. And he started thinking, how do I really get myself and my company in pole position so we can win this order? And it was really frustrating him that his team just told him a day before. So he started thinking, this is the challenge I have in hand. Already my competitors would have done all the due diligence. They would have connected with the customer. They would have got a very good opportunity to go and secure this order. Now, what's the first thing that this person did? He never accepted the status quo. He never accepted that, hey, this is a problem, let's not secure this project. It's all too difficult, competition stuff. No, he didn't accept it. He said, no, we won't accept defeat. Because remember, in business, it's never lost. So he wanted to kind of come back from that position and take control. He knew that he still has an opportunity because it's not been awarded to anyone. That was the best thing about life. If people tell you that this is not possible, you can't do it, remember that they don't decide. You have to decide. Now, if Anand had decided that he is not going to secure this order, he will never secure it. The second thing he did was mapping out all the possibilities of how to make sure that he can take a step forward. So first thing he figured out was, who are the decision makers? He started doing a man-to-man or a person-to-person marking. HR to HR. Who's the HR in the organization? Who's the finance in the organization? Who's the CHRO? Who's the CEO? Who's the chairman? And he started connecting the same people with the people in his organization. He realized that he doesn't have any connect with the top management of that company. So he went to LinkedIn. He Googled the person's name. He searched the person's name in LinkedIn, not in Google. And he figured out this person had common connects with him. So he used the common connect. He got an introduction. He got the phone number and contact details. He called the CEO of this company and connected for a meeting. And then he quickly went and arranged a meeting. Now, when he met the customer said, hey Anand, I'm so happy to meet you. I know you're from this particular company, but your company is known to be very expensive, very premium. We can't afford you. So we have most likely, and the price that you've submitted, your team has submitted, is about 30% more. So I don't think we can afford you. And whilst he knew all these things, he told the customer, Mr. Customer, why don't you give me an opportunity again? I really want to work with you. I want to give you the quality that we can offer, the kind of safety we can offer. And trust me, I can give you a great price. The CEO did not believe him. He said, okay, fine. You still want me to give you a chance. I'll give you a week. Why don't you come back to me and, resubmit the price, etc., etc. So Anand came back. He looked at the numbers. He looked at everything. And, he had a problem in hand. That's the next point that I want to share with you. What did he do? He thought outside the box. How can I look at coming closer to price, beating the quality that the competition is offering, giving a great product and service? So he called all stakeholders around the company. He called his engineering team. He called his factory team. He called the technical team. He called the sales team. And everybody did a workshop. They tried to look at every component. How can we do value engineering? And how can we reduce the price without compromising on quality and safety? They looked at how do we unwanted expenses can be removed out of this particular project. By thinking outside the box and by challenging the way normally the project costing was done, he was able to bring down the price to the expected cost that the expected price the customer wanted. And he was able to resubmit the project. He submitted the project costing again. And he knew that he was at a ballpark figure now, and he knew now there is a good chance. Now it's getting closer. The customer did not call him. He was getting stressed out. His boss was calling him. Anand, what happened? Are we going to get this order or not? And he kept thinking, oh my God, I'm not able to connect with the customer. He tried calling the CEO wasn't answering him. Then again, he had to think outside the box. He tried to find out who else is connected to this person. There is something called 6 degrees of separation. Between you and me, even if I don't know you, there are ways that we can be connected by 6 degrees of separation. That means you and me have 5 different people between us who may know each other, which will bring you to me. He looked at that opportunity and he figured out couple more people who know the CEO. Again, through them, he spoke to the CEO again and he said, what happened? He said, I got your price, but again, brother, you are too far away. We can't do this. And he said, I'm going to award the contract. I've already told them. I've got verbally informed this particular competitor of yours and they're going to come and collect the check in a couple of days' time. Then he said, sir, please give me an opportunity. I have to meet you in person. And I will bring you my boss as well. So they decided to meet. He flew down, his boss. This particular customer also flew down from his city. They met in the airport of a particular city. They had a chat and the customer loved this person's confidence and the aggressiveness with which he wanted to secure this particular project. And he told him, what's the best price you can give? And he told back the customer, what's the best price you can give? So the customer made a few calls, came back to him and said, this is my last price. And he told him, this price plus 1%, we have a deal. And the customer said, that's fine, we have the deal. And literally in a tissue paper, the customer gave him the order. It was the largest order that they secured. It brought them immediately to a number 1 position in the particular region. And he knew that it's never over till it is over. Remember, in life, it's never over till it is over. He brought a lot of confidence to the organization by securing this order. Now, if you're wondering who Anand was, it was nothing but myself. It was a project that I was handling in one of the countries where I worked before, and it was one of the biggest jobs that we secured. But I showed the sales team that I can do this too. I'm not a professional salesperson, but I can do it too. And it brought a lot of confidence to the organization. So every time when people tell you that you can't do this, and if you want to do something out of the box and innovative, these are some things that you can all think about. The key takeaways that I mentioned are those elements. First one, never accepting status quo. Second one, mapping out all the possibilities to make sure you're in the box seat. Third one, think outside the box. Fourth one, it's never late till it is all done and dusted. And finally, share the learnings with your team so that for the next project, you can do the same things and even better success can be achieved. Thank you everyone for this video. I hope you've taken some tips and ideas. Do share if you have similar examples. Which one of out-of-box thinking made you successful, made you achieve your biggest dream ever? The best ones, I'll be tagging them and pinning them in my comments. See you next video. Thank you very much. Do click on the subscribe button and notification button to continue watching all the videos that I'm posting.